Right, okay.
I'm gonna make a little video at the end of all this. Do you guys mind being in my video?
I would love to be in your video.
Excellent.
No, this is the awkward moment where I have
Dan?
to say I'm in the witness protection program.
This kind of absolution, colors lines away, hovering in the rain, beats to the dance of its drum, while the tables turn over the old room. This kind of absolution, colors lines away, hovering in the rain, beats to the dance of its drum, while the tables turn over the old room.
The album that Steph wanted to make, and the album that I thought we were going to make, wasn't the album that we made. Which is what I love so much about making records. We started working on the songs acoustic, like she emailed me a few demos, and we started working on these acoustic songs. And immediately I just started hearing all these melodies, I don't know where you want to call them, divine, maybe? I didn't think we were going to make such a cinematic album. I thought it was going to be a little more singer-songwriter, whatever that means now. Just like more straightforward songs, but the songs kind of grew as we started recording stuff, and then we were just listening back, and I was listening back, I started hearing all these like more angelic cinematic type sounds, and then we kind of made a few decisions on the first couple songs, and it just kind of like took a whole nother shape. So I hope the album is better than we planned. That's the thing about art, it's never exactly as you think it's gonna be. And if it is, then you're not taking big enough risks. It doesn't happen all the time, but I think I'm proud of the way that I was able to bring that harmonic story right alongside the poetic story, and I try to be very sensitive of the emotions and kind of the spiritual depth of her lyrics, and try to kind of just match the melodies and the instrumental parts and the production, kind of with some cinematic, maybe type, like stuff that you would hear in kind of in movies, really, like more scoring, the scoring approach where you're really matching the emotion to support the lyrical content. And I'm also proud that it's very modern. It's a very modern sounding album. Like the last track, Home, is very timeless and cinematic, but also has some very weird synths and some sidechaining compression and some really modern synthesizers that just like came out like 4 months ago. So it was good. It was a good mix. We had some of Steph's band come by. Ryan, who played drums on the track and played cajon on 2 other songs. 2 of the songs are actually just cajon, and I put some other drum samples in there. Mark came and played bass on the same track that Ryan played drums on. My man Joel, mandolin, electric guitar. Bre McDaniel and Jocelyn Price sung backup on a lot of the songs. My man B. Chan came and played strings. He really took the album to another level. Brian Chan. Thank you, Brian Chan. Nathan Shubert played keys, and a lot of the synthesizers on the album, which was really incredible. We had him for a full day. That changed a lot when we recorded that. A lot of the acoustic piano too.
Millennium Line to Rage.
You can actually use your ears along the way, so you track stuff, and then the way that it is actually sonically sitting in the speakers, you can base the next decisions on how, like, what you've tracked already. Usually it's like you just have a bunch of stuff to do and you just do those things, but we were able to so we got like for example, the first track, We Won't Find Our Way Back, we put this weird kind of arpeggio type synth in the chorus, and all of a sudden the whole chorus just took on a whole nother vibe, and we were like, can't have the drums in the first chorus. Like, we just based all of the next decisions on this beautiful thing that just happened on this synthesizer. And so it was really cool. We were able to kind of let the songs shape themselves in a way by just using our ears and serving the song. But there's this really synthetic side of the album and this really like kind of cinematic classical, more, it's like kind of like pop classical, where these really clear big melody lines played on acoustic instruments, acoustic drums, electric bass, and acoustic guitar, and cello, and piano, and then kind of supported by all these synthesizers. And yeah, I think that's kind of the way that music needs to go these days. I think when you paint a broad brush with anything, when you say, oh, this whole thing has to be this way, what if you stumble upon something that calls for something like really synthetic? No, even if you're making an acoustic album, what if, like, I think sometimes artists will set these parameters of like, no, here's what I want, here's what I imagine in my head it to sound like, but sometimes when you try it, different things happen, and so I was very lucky that Steph allowed us to kind of follow that tension between synthetic and acoustic, because it's different than anything that she's ever done before, and I think it turned out great.